Hi everybody, I'm Jill Blanchett with Green Thumb Stampers. I'm here with my second card from the Sending Good Thoughts Paper Pumpkin Kit from July of 2022. We are going to make this card here, and let's get started. I've got an 11 by 4¼ inch piece of balmy blue. I'm going to fold that in half, or you can score it, increase it so that the card is 5½ by 4¼ I have a layer of crumb cake that is 5¼ by 4. I'm going to glue that down to the front. Like this. And then we are going to work with, put that up here. We're going to work with a piece of basic white that is 3¾ by 4. I'm going to bring in a scrap piece of paper to work on just because. So I have another piece of basic white that's the same width as the card we're going to be working with. So you want to go ahead and just give that a tear. This is going to be, tear it toward you. This is going to be a template for our shoreline and our waves and things like that. So now with your paper torn, you're going to decide how much space you want for your white space down here for like your words. I'm going to try and make a little bit more this time around, just so that I can go down and just gives me a little bit thicker space for the coloring. So I'm going to put the straight edge along the bottom, like I said, decide where you want it, and then I'm going to put a little bit of the Post-it tape down to glue this into place so it doesn't move. And then we're going to take our top piece from the where we tore it and glue that down with a piece of Post-it tape like that, and then take your crumb cake. And none of these cards are going to end up the same, so don't feel bad if yours, you make more than one and it doesn't look like the other ones, or it doesn't look like mine. It's all going to be a matter of where you tore it, how you tore it, where you place it on the card. So then just go ahead and blend around with your crumb cake to make the sand, calling it sand, making the beach. All right, then when you've got that done, you're going to lay your paper back down, peel that up. You're going to probably wanted a little bit more beach there, but it is what it is. So you're going to now take this paper and move it up above your, I'm calling it the beach, just a little bit, and then put your tape back down so that it stays in place, and then move this one up just a little bit to help with your, and we might be able to glue that down. Then I came in with my Pacific Point ink. Do the same thing. I'm going to start off the paper a little bit so you don't get those real dark blobs. Go ahead and brush that around. And this layer you do want a little bit darker because we're going to get lighter as we go up toward the sky. So go ahead and kind of darken this layer up. like this. And when it's the color that you want it, go ahead and stop and take your masks off and then move them up again. So then just a smidge above where you did the blue, the first layer, and then just do that same thing. Move them up, stick it back down, and now we're going to put another layer of the Pacific Point down, but not so dark this time. Like this. Gonna call that good. I'm gonna pull it up and then do one final layer, and I'm going to go all the way up to the top this time, and I'm going to do that with Balmy Blue. Oh, maybe I'll leave a little bit of a tiny border at the top. No, I'm not. I'm just going to see what it looks like if I don't leave a border. So then I'm going to finish it off with the Balmy Blue. Up at the top. You can make this layer as light or as dark as you'd like. I'm going to call that good. Oops, and I had ink on my finger or something I touched there. We will try and fix that, but I do think I want my beach area a little bit more. So I'm going to set this down. I'm going to try and fix this. We'll see if we can. I'm going to glue it down a little bit lower and then come back in with my crumb cake and see if I can blend that line together. Probably won't be able to blend it all that well, but we'll see. Maybe it'll look all right. I don't want to go too hard and too high up, or I'll go over the torn part, but we're going to call that good. It brought it down a little bit. Not exactly what I was hoping for, but you get the idea. And then I'm going to bring in the Sending Good Thoughts stamp set, or not stamp set, just words from the stamp set in black. And that's on there crooked. So I'm going to lay it down, pick it up. Then, oh Lord, I touched it up there too. I'm not doing very good on this video, am I? I'm going to stamp our words down below. That's green. I don't even know where I got green from, so we are going to keep going. I was going to stop and do it over again, but we're going to keep going because you get it. Then I took one of the pieces of coral and I'm just cutting off part of, oh, you can't see that. I'm cutting off part of the, I'm like cutting it in half. And then we're going to glue that on here like this. You can pop it up if you want, but we're going to put the bird and stuff on and that will be popped up. So we don't really need to pop this piece up. Stick that there. Maybe we'll go up a little bit higher so it stays out of the words. Then we've got the ribbon that I have from last year's fall catalog, metallic mesh ribbon. I'm going to cut a piece of that off. I've got one of the small bottles. I might be able to put that up like that. We'll see how that looks. And then I got one of the large bird seagulls. Then I've got this piece of ribbon that I'm just going to tug on and pull around to get it kind of this. I want to give the illusion of, you know, like net. And then we're going to glue it to the back of the bottle. Like so, and then we will pop that up on the front of our card. Hopefully my dimensional here is going to go, I'll put it down here so that it holds down the ribbon top and bottom. And like I say, I'm going to turn that up a little bit more than my sample, just so I've got the boo-boo covered up. And then go ahead and finagle with your ribbon if you want. Tuck it, pull it, trim it, however you need to kind of look and be what you want it to. And then I've got the bird on a couple dimensionals as well. We will stick him up kind of down here toward the bottom. Then we're going to glue this piece onto our card front. Like this. And I think I got a... Sorry if you hear my TV in the background. I didn't think it was very loud, but right now it sounds like it is, and I do not have the rights to whatever you may be hearing. Just so you know. All right. And so now you can go ahead and put another piece of white on the inside. I did not go that far on this one, but I would go ahead and put another piece of white on the inside, and I don't know what I'd stamp on the inside. Probably that's why I didn't do anything yet, because I wasn't sure exactly what I was going to put in there. But I don't think that my little mess there is that noticeable, and that green that I got up there is totally covered up now. So there you go with card 2, guys.